This is the CLIMACO podcast.
Man, that's quite a story. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
That's incredible. Not many people come back from that.
Yeah, not many people come back from it. It happened to me 2 times, actually. It happened to me with my mom and my dad. So dad had a stroke, and we were supposed to actually go to family dinner on, I think it was either Saturday or Sunday. I know it was a weekend. We were supposed to go to family dinner with me and my sister, and my sister called me and said that, oh, our dad didn't call us to confirm if we're going to dinner or if we're still on for dinner. This is something that he always does. My dad was a military man.
Got it.
So, you know how military guys go.
Yep. Bum, bum,
You know,
bum.
hey, are we doing this? Are we doing that? X, Y,
Yep.
and Z. So he didn't call, and I was like, okay. He's like, oh, I tried calling him. He didn't answer his phone. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go pass up to the house and see if he's there or see what's going on. So I called her and I told her like, yo, his car's here. Like, you know, he may be sleeping or he just maybe, you know, doing something.
Right.
So I went on knocking on the door and I saw him sitting down in the couch. And I'm like, hey, Dad, open up the door. He's like, okay, I'm coming. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm sitting there on the little porch and I'm like, okay, he coming to open the door. I see 10 minutes gone by. He didn't open the door yet. So I knock on the door again. I was like, yo, Dad, you open the door? He's like, yeah, he coming. I was like, cool. Then I realized that something was wrong. So it turns out that my dad had a stroke, and he was inside that chair for like about 2 days, not being able to move. And I had to break in through the window to get to him. So when I broke in through the window, I'm there and I'm panicking, man. I'm like, yo, what's going on, X, Y, and Z? And my dad was such a mentally fortitude person, and that's something that I really wish that throughout life I obtained. He was there.
Oh, you have.
Nah, trust me. My dad was stone cold, man. He was there for 2 days. And when I broke inside his house, he was the one calming me down. And I'm like, he's like, don't worry about it, son. Everything's gonna be okay. Just relax, whatever. And I'm like, yo, clearly ain't nothing okay. Like, why are you trying to calm me down? He's like, yo, I was like, yo, can you move? He's moving his arms and stuff, but that would be it. So eventually, we got an ambulance to come to him, and by the time the ambulance came to him, he was there still cooperating and everything and all that. But by the time they got him to the hospital, there was nothing that they could do. And I think my dad literally only stayed to that point so that he can make sure that he see his kids again. Like his mental, he was not leaving until he saw his kids, and after he saw us, and you know, he was able to talk to us and everything. And the ambulance took him away. I think that's when he was like, okay, I'm done.
Man, what an incredible story.
Like I said, lifetime. Please don't see my story yet. I gotta get the bio, discovery and everything. But like, yeah, I mean,
Bro, how did you survive after that?
so after that part, man, ripping not only my mom but my dad, bro. I felt like, honestly and truthfully, I felt like I was cursed at one point in time because I'm like, bro, if it was like any other circumstances of losing a parent, I would have been okay. But it's like almost me reliving me losing my mom again.
The same thing twice.
The same thing twice. And I'm like,
With
damn.
both parents.
Yeah, with
It's
both.
incredible.
Yeah, it's like
incredible.
I'm like, damn, like how what's going on? Like how do I live from this? How do I live from this aspect? But I feel as if throughout time, I think everything is temporary in terms of feelings, in terms of friendships, in terms of family. Everything is temporary, but at the same time, people get so caught up with the right now emotions that they can't focus on or see anything beyond that point. And you know, that's how I see things. That's how I used to see things with relationships too. Because at one point in time, after I lost my mom, I had this girl that I was dating, and we were like, you know, serious. But I kind of like replaced my bond with her, like with my mom, like replaced her with my mom's bond. So it was like, you know, we gotta make this shit work. And she was there for when my dad died. So when me and her actually separated, I felt as if like that was one of the most brutal, brutal pains of my life. I'm like, suicidal, depressed, this and that, etc. And I understood at that moment after my father passed away and all those type of things. I understood at that moment that you can't really try and cling on to the things that are of this world. I think you should enjoy it. I think you should have the experience with it, whether it's families, objects, or whatever. But at the same time, don't try and hold on to something so much because one day it's gonna leave. And you just don't know when it's gonna leave. So you have to be able to now understand how to navigate from that aspect.
2 questions. What is your relationship with God? And why do you think he put you through this?
So my relationship with God is actually very good. Now I will say this. Do I talk to God every day? No. Am I a Christian or do I have some form of religion? No. I used to actually be raised inside an Anglican church and Catholic church. However, I know when God is talking to me, and I know when I need something from God, he will provide it for me. And it's sometimes inside very twisted versions or very laughable versions and stuff like that. But hey, me and him have a very good banter.
Yeah.
And I feel as if like, he did this to me because technically I was not even supposed to be here.
Really?
The main reason why I said that is because my mom was actually supposed to be barren. She was not supposed to have kids.
Really?
Not supposed to have kids. My grandmother always used to tell
So
me this story.
you are a gift from God.
Yeah, like not supposed to have kids.
From the beginning.
From the beginning to the end.
You're a special dude, bro.
Yeah. It was at one point where my grandmother told me a story where my mom was trying to have kids so many times. She could not get pregnant. She could not keep a kid. She could not. And she went to the doctor. Doctor said there's nothing that they could go ahead and do. And my mom said that she had a dream, and she told my grandmother this, that God told her that she was going to have 2 kids. She was going to have, 2 kids, me and then another child or whatever the situation may be. And before my mom got pregnant, she was at work, and it was this woman. She was pregnant and having twins. And my mom wanted to have babies so bad, and this woman was teasing my mom, and she told her, "Oh, when I have, one of these, when I have this baby, I want to give you one or whatever, X, Y, and Z," because my mom really wanted a kid, and that really, to say something to somebody who really wanted to be a mother, that's mean.
Yeah.
My mom came home crying to my grandmother. My mom came home crying to my grandmother about that. Yeah. And when she finally had me, I was spoiled. Like, I'm talking about spoiled, man. I was spoiled. After that, my mom got her tubes tied, and I think God did everything that he did to me because he probably knew the type of person I was going to be if my mom was alive and well and never sick. And when I talk about that, I would have been probably acting like one of those trust fund babies, where it's like, yo, don't worry about it. My mom got this. Or if I get in trouble, my mom's going to come and bail me out.
You've been a spoiled little brat.
An example of that was back then a Game Boy SP came out.
Okay.
And my mom went away and bought the SP for all of my cousins and me. And my cousin got a black Game Boy SP and I had a red one. I didn't want the red one. I want the black one because it looked good on my cousin. So I was like, you know what? That's going to look good on me. And I'm bitching, bro. I'm fucking crying. I'm just like, nah, I don't want this red one. I want the black one. No, don't give me this shit. And I broke it. And 2 days or a day later, my mom came and gave me a black Game Boy SP.
Oh, my God.
Like, literally. And I'm like...
You had it like that,
I had it like that. Like, my mom was the type of person, I remember she picked me up from school one time early. And this is when she was well. And I'm like, yo, Mom, where we going? She's like, yo, we going away. I was like, what were we going away for? She's like, because I feel like it. That's my mom. So it's like, if I had that version of my mom growing up now, I would have probably either been somewhere where I may have probably been inside a lot of legal problems. Like, I'm thinking I'm the shit. You can't touch me or whatever, X, Y, and Z. I would have probably been the ones that was going to be, doing all the bullying. And I don't think that's something that God actually had for me. So he's like, you know what?
That's incredible.
You know, long story wise, I think I need to shape you into this person than, you know, you going back down, like you going down this path. So I saw it all. I saw, you know, being rich. I saw being middle class. I saw being poor. I saw, like, you know, light getting turned off, not knowing how to pay for this, eating, you know, tuna and rice. Like, I saw all of it. So I'm able to appreciate what it is not to have nothing, and also appreciate when I'm able to actually have something. And not a lot of people are able to do that. Like, if you was to go ahead and take everything away from somebody right now, they don't know how to bounce back. They don't know how to get everything back, or whatever. And that's the exact same thing too with, you know, you have people that's poor and they hit the lottery or they won. They don't understand how to maintain
that fucking money. No.
They fuck it up. So it's like, that's something that I really appreciate God for putting me through.
Do you know how incredible it is for you to go through what you went through and to have the perspective that you have? That's incredible, bro. It's not for everybody.